What's up, everybody? What's going on? We are live and direct. The Brickz!
The Brickz is back.
The Brickz is back. We're back. We back. We back. We live and direct. What's good, Asheebo?
What's good, y'all? What's good? How y'all doing? What's good,
up?
Jaylen?
I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I had to take a little hiatus for one weekend, but I'm back. Glad to be back on the Brickz. Glad to be back talking to y'all. As usual, we're just gonna get right into it, man. Asheebo, give me an update. You know, I've been going. The host been going. What's been going on, man?
Man, it's been a lot going on, man. While you was gone, of course, the NBA playoffs started. We had some things going on down here in Chapel Hill with the basketball team. We got some commitments, some transfers, making some moves as well. On campus, it's been some things going on campus. Jubilee's coming. On Saturday.
Coming.
Young Nudie is going to be in the building. We'll
Nudie!
see how long he performs for, because I heard he got short performances.
His Charlotte performance, he
Yeah.
ended off in 30 minutes. So Nudie, he was already supposed to come to the Hill. Shout out FSM Fest, but I don't know what happened with all that. That's not my business. But this time, I need you to come correctly.
Yeah.
Come correctly, Nudie.
Now I know I don't know how much you can pay for the show, because we only paying what, $5 to get in.
$5 ticket, a nice little $5.
Yeah. So if you gonna give us 30 minutes, make it a good 30 minutes.
I don't want 30. I'm not even setting the bar at 30, Nudie. You better give me at least an hour.
Okay.
At least, because he was supposed to be here, so that's another 30.
Yeah, he do owe us.
Yeah, that's the 30 you owe from missing out on FSM Fest, whatever business that was, and now you here, and then we got grievances from Charlotte.
Yeah.
So it's really an hour and 30 now.
See, some people coming to see you twice.
Facts,
Yeah.
because you gave them I ain't gonna. Shout out Nudie. I'm gonna wait for the concert, because then we probably gonna come back on the pod and talk about the concert and say it was good. So
Yeah.
So we're awaiting the review for the Nudie concert, but as of right now, we are a little hostile.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so yeah, that's been the rundown. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I was in Atlanta. I had the amazing opportunity to go to the Black Sports Business Symposium. I was invited to go out there. It was powered through ESPN. It was a great experience. I was down there from April 11th to the 15th. Came back that Saturday morning. But yeah, man, it was cool. The first day, we got down there. I got down there around 6 or so. Just got to meet everybody in the podium that was invited. I was in this little cohort. It was like the Author Bank one. They sponsored me, so shout out them. But they sponsored me and like 100 other students. So first day, I got to kind of meet some of the people. We stayed at the Hyatt Regency, so I got to meet some of them. That was cool. First real day, we went to the State Farm Arena. We got to see the Hawks Stadium. That was really cool. They gave us a whole tour. We walked around, got to see. We didn't get to see the locker room or anything like that, but like we got to see the players' lounge. We got to get on the court. Like a full tour of the Hawks Arena. So yeah, that was cool. We had some speakers. They're just teaching us about the industry a little bit, teaching us about just how the NBA runs. We got to meet Dominique Wilkins. That was cool.
Eat the freak.
No, that was crazy. He was just like, you never know. And, in sports business, you never know who can just come around. And then he just walked in. And I'm like, yo, like, what the world? And bro, it's like, he's just so tall. He just walked up there. I'm like, dang, man. And I don't know how many people there watch basketball or basketball fans, but, like, he the real, like, he go crazy. He the freak for real. Like,
yeah.
So that was an amazing experience. And that was just day one. So the symposium really started on the 12th, honestly. But the people who were invited with that 100, we got to go that first day. So we go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is where the symposium is. Walk in there, it's just Black Business Symposium, just everywhere. Like, you see it all around you. They had ESPN set up over here. You could take pictures right here. We got official name tags that say, who we work with or what school we go to. And it's really just Black excellence. Like, you walk in there, it's people just networking, talking. I met a lot of people, a lot of bros. I met a lot of people just working in the sports industry, people in ESPN, people work with the NBA, people work with NFL. So it's really a big networking event. Like, They teach you really how to go around and network yourself, brand yourself, just talk about the things that you're doing in school and just how you're applying yourself and making yourself get to the point where you want in your career. So that was amazing. Got to watch keynotes, Rich Paul, Maria Taylor, Don Staley. So that was really cool. Like, we didn't really get to talk to them as much. I know y'all probably saw that picture I had with Rich Paul. He was actually nice enough afterwards, after his keynote, to stay and take pictures with everybody there. So they had a full line. I was actually the second person in line. We ran, like, right when they said, Rich Paul will be taking pictures with everybody. Me and Jordan, we ran up there. Like, we was right there at the front row. So we got to take our pictures, and that was just an amazing experience. So that's kind of a full little rundown of it. I don't want to speak on it too much because, I was just blessed for the opportunity. Now just trying to use what I learned there to network myself, help build the Brickz. I have a lot of dreams and aspirations for this podcast that I want us to reach, and y'all just continue to rock with us and support this journey and support our dreams, and we really gonna turn up. I didn't mean to get all soft on y'all, but it was a really good, definitely a life-changing experience, for real. Definitely a life-changing experience.
Yeah, and definitely too, like, as the semester's coming to an end, this has been like one of our most successful runs of doing the Brickz.
Yeah.
So it's always good, have John out there spreading it around, getting it out there just beyond UNC, because that's what we have is UNC and beyond. Like, we're not just confined to here. We love the community here, the black community here, but we also want to reach out, all over.
Yeah.
We can. So.
Nah, and that's facts, Shebo, because we was just talking about this before we even started the pod, but we got a lot of dreams and places that we want the Brickz to reach. So we're really trying to start building the Brickz as a brand. Like, we'll always be here for UNC, the UNC culture. We'll always talk about that. That's where we came from. But we want the Brickz to be a global brand on some almost ESPN, on some Bleacher Report, House of Highlights type of vibe. We're trying to make a culture here. So continue to expect us to improve, expect bigger and better. We really trying to turn this up. This summer we're going to be working hard. So y'all just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Continue rock with us. Just look forward to what's to come.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, we're gonna move around to basketball. Now I've been watching the games while I was in Atlanta. I've been watching the games here a little bit. So current standings. What's the current standings right now? First round, I got it pulled up. Milwaukee and Miami.
1-1.
1-1 for Milwaukee and Miami. We can just hit them like this. Milwaukee and Miami. What you think about this series right here?
This is, and we've been seeing it in the NBA this whole offseason is injuries.
Yeah.
And it's been a repeated thing actually year by year. It's like players, they get tired, their bodies get fatigued, and then come playoff time, they can't gear up and get ready to go
right
when it matters. So in this one we have Tyler Hero and Giannis dealing with stuff. Tyler Hero's out until the finals, which the Heat are not going.
They're pretty much saying until the finals.
So he's done, and Giannis is like he could come back this series. We'll see. He didn't play game 2.
Yeah, he did not. I'm upset about that.
Because
he messed up my prospects.
And that just robs us, bro. Because like the first game was good. We saw Miami take a game. Mm-hmm. Everybody's healthy. Well, for the most part of that game, but like he just robbed us of what can be a good series.
Yeah. This series, we'll see how it goes. Like you said, it could be a good series at this point. Milwaukee knows how to play without Giannis. Yeah. That's one thing I feel like they've shown throughout the seasons, not even just this season. Miami has always they've kind of had a mediocre season, below par. So I don't know really what to expect from them, in all honesty. With Tyler Hero being out, that's definitely a big hit to them, one of their key shooters. But we'll see what Jimmy Buckets does. Jimmy Butler, he knows how to carry a team when it comes to playoff time. So I don't know. I'm not too optimistic.
Yeah, I don't know about Jimmy Butler at this point. And Milwaukee just has too much firepower outside of Giannis. Like you said, they got Chris Middleton, still Brook Lopez out there shooting threes.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday still locking down stuff at the top of the key.
He'll drop you a smooth 35-40 if you want to, for real.
That team is just too deep, you know. So, Yeah, I think this one ends. I will give Miami one more game, depending on Giannis's health. I do think they could probably get one more to keep it competitive because Miami, that's just their culture. Like they gonna fight you teeth and nail. So I think Milwaukee's gonna take this one in 6.
Milwaukee in 6. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't really go against that. I think Miami has a lot of fight in them. I will say that they are a rough team. They can fight, so I can see them managing to crawl their way to another win. But Milwaukee just knows how to lock down. They've shown that they can be a consistent team throughout the whole season. They have the pieces they need to win and to beat this Miami team. Bam Adebayo is the only one. He can be a wild card for this team. Just because I don't really feel like there's anybody, especially with Giannis being out right now, who can guard him in a sense that would lock him down. If he could really tap into his scoring ability a little bit more outside of being more heavily focused on defense, now we got almost a Jaren Jackson to a Ja Morant type of vibe if Jimmy Butler can play the way he needs to as well. And then last part, just Kyle Lowry, like, at this point, the biggest issue with that team is the point guard. Like, he's old. He's old, to say the least. He's good. Not to get me wrong, he's good, but he's old. He's not up to bar with this style and current playing style of NBA basketball. Yeah. So they need a Fred VanVleet or somebody along those lines, I feel like, to help guide them. I mean, Kyrie, they could use a Kyrie. They could use somebody.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Kyle Lowry is not doing it.
No. Yeah. I mean, Kyle Lowry, his whole career, I can't say I've disliked Kyle Lowry, but just especially watching him in Toronto with DeMar DeRozan, like, I always felt like he just never. He could be good when he needs to sometimes, but he was just never like that guy all the time. Mm-hmm. Like even when Kawhi was there, they won the ring. Like that was Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
like,
that's Kawhi's ring. Yeah.
And even with DeMar DeRozan, like, yeah, Kyle Lowry was there alongside DeMar, but everyone knew DeMar was the one that you was gonna have give the ball to when you needed a bucket. So,
facts.
Like, yeah, he's like you said, he's a decent piece, decent point guard, but he's getting up there. And this is the playoffs against the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah.
So
they got to come correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is. But I agree with you. Milwaukee in 6. So now next in this round we go, Cleveland and New York. I think this series is going to be very good.
I think this is going 7.
1-1 right now as well. I can easily see it going to a 7. They're very equally matched teams. I like Cleveland. I favor Cleveland to win this series. I just feel like they're more complete. And between Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, having those two bigs in the paint is deadly, bro. Like, they can score. Jared Allen is definitely heavier on defense, but he is beginning to score more, and Evan Mobley can do it all almost, and he can really stretch the court. Yeah. So I favor Cleveland, but New York also has some pieces that can work too. And Julius Randle has just been continuing to improve throughout his seasons. He's doing the opposite, that most players do, but he's continually improving, and I feel like he really found a home in New York, and he's finally found his style and his role. So I don't know what you think, Shibo.
Yeah, I like you said, they are evenly matched teams. I just think the difference in the series is just Donovan Mitchell. Like, yeah, he's a proven playoff player. Even his days in Utah, like, as soon as he got there, they in the playoffs, he's dropping 40 and 50. Yeah, and I think it's gonna come down to a game, like a game 6, a game 7, where we're just gonna have a Donovan Mitchell takeover game, and that's just gonna be the difference. They're not gonna be able to have an answer for him.
Because he's shown he can lock in like that. I mean, he had a 71-point game this season. I mean, this is hands down his best season he's had in his NBA career.
And that's crazy because he only been in, his 5th?
What draft class was he in? Oh my gosh.
I think
this is why made me feel old.
Yeah, I want to say he was 2017 or 16.
Was that the year they came off of the championship win?
You talking about the Cavs?
Yeah. No. When he was in college.
No, with Louisville? Nah, he wasn't. No, I don't think he was on it. No, he came out the 2017 draft. Yeah.
True.
So, Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's still a young player who I thought should have been rookie of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like he's getting better, but he's been hooping like this since day one, which is crazy to see.
So, but like I said, he's gonna be the difference in that series.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really hit on Donovan Mitchell a lot in my analysis, but yeah, Donovan Mitchell is kind of the make or break person for the Cavs, and I wouldn't even say he's make or break because they still have other pieces that work very good together, especially with Darius Garland. But they have the pieces that they need to win. Now, in terms of New York, Jalen Brunson is kind of their deciding factor. Did he won MIP? Did he win MIP? Or did Shai Gilgeous-Alexander win?
I think it was.
Because we gonna hit on these too. Might as well.
Yeah, I said they've been coming out with the awards.
Yeah.
As the playoffs are going on. Most improved was actually Lauri Markkanen, I think. Was it?
So
no, it is Jalen Brunson. It was Jalen Brunson.
It was Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
these are the fun.
Hold on, because the Brickz does not put out false information.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let's get our facts
The Brickz does their research.
Now, April 7th.
I don't know if they came out with it yet because they still got the nominees.
Yeah. April 20th today is the Sixth Man of the Year award. It's
Okay.
coming out April 20th. But yeah, for most improved, the candidates are Brunson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Lauri Markkanen.
Okay.
So.
And we can kind of sidetrack and talk about that because I want to.
Yeah.
But and we'll get back on Jalen Brunson. But my MIP, this is a low key a very hard list, and I can give it to any one of these people and be content with it. Shaw's been hooping like this for a minute. I will say that he does just keep getting better. Like he's improving every season. Same with Jalen Brunson because I feel like he wasn't getting a lot of credit in Dallas, and he was really hooping. And he started coming off the bench, and then really started hooping. So I feel like he's been deserved this and hasn't gotten the respect that he needed yet. So I would like to see him win it. But Lauri Markkanen was always, I mean, he's also been hooping very well this season as well, and that was out of the blue. Like, that was unexpected because he was just at the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Got traded to the Jazz. He was not playing that great on the Bulls. He was still one of their main players, but I'll give him like an average of 20-ish points.
Yeah.
Now he's going out here dropping 45, 35 consistently.
Yeah, and I think, and I actually always noticed Lauri when he was with the Bulls. I could when I watched them back in his early days, I was like, yeah, he'll be one day key pieces, and he turned into be. But I think the Bulls, as far as the coaching and the organization where they were headed, it just wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
And it kind of like a Jalen Brunson thing where he just had to go to somewhere else where he could really be the man on a team that probably wasn't gonna do much, and then really show what he could do. So. Yeah, I think it's going to come down between those two. I don't know about Shai too much, just because, like you said, he's been hooping for a while. Like we know, and I think if he was able to get the Thunder in the playoffs, of course, he would have a better chance. But
another player who, if he would have did this just a little bit earlier in the season, Mikal Bridges, he would have snuck his way into that combo too.
Same thing, just new team.
New team. And that really shows you how many players are probably very talented, but just have not had the opportunity that they've needed to really come out and hoop the way that they can.
Yeah. His situation reminds me so much of James Harden.
Yeah.
And, like, when you think about that Suns team,
that's fact.
All those pieces they had, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, it's like, okay, yeah, they got a solid group, but you got the one coming off the bench or the one that's not getting as much shine.
Yeah.
That just needed his own team to really show what he can do. And it's like, okay. It's like,
that's facts, bro.
It's like, I don't want to say it's a loss for the Suns because they got KD out of it. But
they did get KD out of it. And we about to get on to I'm about to get the bracket back up. But, yeah, so what was your final takes on this Cleveland and New York?
I got Cleveland at 7.
Okay.
Yeah. They're taking that one at home. Shout out Cleveland, though, for really the organization for bringing it, it has it faltered a little bit when LeBron left, but
It did.
they didn't take. It wasn't like a decade long of mediocre seasons. It was like, okay, we're gonna make some moves and we're gonna get this thing back, to where it was with LeBron.
Yeah.
And they've shown that they can have success without LeBron from what they haven't shown the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So
That's facts. I agree. I feel like Cleveland could sneak them and get them at 6, but nah, this one's gonna go to the wire. Because I'm giving the New York the respect that they, I guess, deserve. Shout out New York Knicks fans, even though y'all are annoying. At me. Anyway, Philly and Brooklyn.
Sweet. Sorry.
Brooklyn might get one win.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say they can't get one, but we were talking about this earlier. I just feel like you have a game where Cam Johnson, what he had, like 28 that game. You got
played
players.
one of his best career games ever.
If you playing your best career game and your team playing one of the best games it has all season and you still lose, I like kind of like the Milwaukee situation. Philadelphia just got too much.
Yeah, they are kind of overpowered in comparison to Brooklyn. I mean, Philly is 100% winning the series.
Yeah.
Will it be a sweep? I can see it being a sweep, but I will give Brooklyn the benefit of the doubt because they could have a game that it really just the pieces are turning, like the pieces are moving and they get that win, but nothing enough to really push them over Philly. They got MVP candidate and Embiid playing. James Harden is finally, I'm feeling like meshing a little bit.
Yeah.
With Tyrese Maxey, also, just a great point guard, great young point guard player, and there's not too much Brooklyn can do to answer them. And they have good pieces. They have pieces that are working. They have pieces that are surprisingly working together.
Yeah, Tobias Harris too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tobias Harris, they have a complete team.
Yeah.
Their issue is they can never make it to the finals.
It's Brian, what that. It's sad because I don't think they're gonna do it this year either.
I don't know though, because let's look. Hypothetically speaking, Milwaukee beats Miami. Then let's say Cleveland beats Milwaukee. And let's just assume Philly has already beaten Brooklyn and beats Boston if they play Boston. Will Philly beat Milwaukee or Cleveland if they make it to the conference finals?
They could.
Or do you feel like Philly won't even get past Boston?
Yeah, and that's the problem. I don't know if Philly can get past Boston. I guess we're going to talk about that series now. This is going to be a sweep, and I'm about to be on my Stephen A. about these Hawks because I don't understand. I feel like the roster is so much better than I wouldn't say so much, but it's better than the roster they had 2 years ago where everybody's much younger. They don't have that second piece to kind of complement Trey with DeJounte. They still kept the shooter in Bogey Bogdanovic. They still got they added what's his name from the Pistons, I think. Dang, I forgot his name. He's a really good shooter.
How
can I think his
name? Sadiq Bey?
Yeah, Sadiq Bey. Yeah, Sadiq Bey. They added Sadiq Bey, so it's like the roster is much better. And Onyeka, he's better than Clint Capella and should start over Clint Capella. But I get Clint Capella is he does the thing with the rebounds now.
Yeah, he does.
And he's older. He's more experienced. But yeah, the team is deep. They have a bench. They got Jaylen Johnson. Shout out Duke. All the Duke hate goes away when they get to the NBA, by the way. And shout out Paulo. I have to respect Paulo because I think
I respect Paulo.
Oh, you saying the Duke hate don't go away?
But nah, because I will never respect Grayson Allen.
What about Kyrie?
Okay.
Jason Tatum.
Okay, hold on. That doesn't count. Maybe I just have hate geared more towards Grayson Allen.
Yeah,
but I do like Jason Tatum. Zion, cool people, I guess.
They cool when they leave. You know what I'm saying? I got no problem when they leave. But
okay, true. I get that.
But the Hawks are so deep, and then they thought it was Nate McMillan. And then the reports are coming out all season like, oh, he's a terrible coach. Well, he's not a terrible coach, but his style doesn't fit our team. His style is archaic. So they bring in Quinn Snyder, who did some good things in Utah, and it's still not working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they finished 41-41, so they didn't do too much better after Nate McMillan. Now, I mean, the play-in game when they beat the Heat, that was like a point where you're thinking, oh, they might could do something. Like, okay, they might be getting it together. Then they come out here, Trae Young is playing terrible.
Awful.
And I honestly, I have to put a lot of this like on him.
Is the Hawks trading Trae Young?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I know they were trying to say, especially when Nate McMillan was still here, that he might request a trade, which I don't see him requesting a trade, but I think if you have one or two more seasons where the team is just underachieving, I think it's time to move on.
Because it's like, what's the problem? Like you said, I almost forgot. Sadiq Bey was a really good pickup.
Yeah.
He was balling at Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they picked him up. I was like, okay, that's a good addition. But does that make you think, okay, is it the player? And this is kind of the issue we was looking at with UNC. Is it the coaching or is it the players? Because you have a all-star caliber point guard. You have a good center, a decent enough center. Good pieces around you, and Sadiq Bey and John Collins, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's pieces.
And honestly, to me, with the Hawks situation, I would say it's the players. And it's not just Trae Young. It's just Trae Young, you know, we got to put a lot on him because he's, like, supposedly be the man. He's supposed to be the superstar that the Hawks have been longing for so long.
Yeah.
You think about those teams like Joe Johnson and Josh Smith, like, they was missing just the guy.
Yeah.
But now they have him supposedly, and he's just not performing when it matters. As like when like they put up his stats from like his last 7 playoff games, and it's like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just shooting. You know, I understand if he was just missing shots, but you can just miss shots and impact the game in different ways.
Yeah.
It's you watching him, his turnovers, careless mistakes. You know, and it just hurts the team so much, especially against Boston. You turn the ball over, Jaylen Brown is on the other end in 2 seconds.
Yeah, facts.
On a breakaway dunk. So, like...
Wham.
Yeah.
And I will say that I feel like Trae Young is one of those players who came out of the draft impressing, playing to the level that people expected him to, if not better.
Yeah.
And then that caliber and that bar starts to rise as you continue your journey in the NBA, and he is still playing at the same level that he played at when he first got drafted, because he was dropping 40 points, he was dropping 35, he was doing the half-court shots, looking like a baby Curry out there.
Right.
He's still doing the same things, he's still playing the same way, he's still making the same careless mistakes. Has he improved a little bit? Yeah, for sure, but not to the point where he is leading a team. I will almost honestly say the same for Luka, which is the same reason why they aren't playing. Luka came out here and showed that the NBA is easier than playing over there in the Euro League or whatever he was doing, especially him playing since he was 16.
Yeah.
But even then, like, he's complacent. Like, he can lead, kind of. No, I wouldn't call him a leader for real. But he can hoop. He can definitely play basketball. Same with Trae Young. He can hoop. He can definitely play basketball. But he's not doing what he needs to do to help win a game.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like you said, okay, let's see if the issue is us or him. Because let's get him out here and get even a more veteran seasoned guard. Like, let's take a guard like D'Lo or somebody, you know what I'm saying, or maybe even a Kyrie.
Yeah.
Come in and see how they impact it.
Because I mean, the rest of the team is young. Like, they have time to figure it out, and you know, they might be like the Kings and just stick it out. You know, try all these different coaches, maybe move a piece or two, and see if that works. But I don't know. I think when you had that taste of that Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago, and seeing what that team could be, and considering that they've added more without losing much, they only lost Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
And it seems like replacing him with DeJounte and Sadiq Bey, you know, should put you on a different level. But it just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So
that's facts, bro. So yeah, I think we agree The Boston series is gonna be a sweep.
That's a sweep.
Sorry, Atlanta, but please look at my internship application if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Because I would love to get an internship. So look out for a brother.
Go ahead and bring Jaylen on and get your whole hirings together.
Yeah,
because it's over.
Yeah, I might as well start thinking about next year.
Yeah.
With me included. Denver versus Minnesota.
Sweep.
Looks very bad for Minnesota. We can't even have banter because everything just looks bad, bro. Because Minnesota is just so. We were talking about this earlier too. Just all they have is Anthony Edwards right now.
I feel so bad for Ant-Man, bro. That team, like Karl Anthony Towns, and we'll talk about this too when we get to DeAndre Ayton and Anthony Davis. It seems like big men are just not. They're just not aggressive no more.
Yeah.
Like,
he wants to be a guard so bad.
Yeah, you can shoot threes or whatever, but that's not what your team needs right now.
Yeah. Go out there and take over the paint.
Yeah.
And you know how much danger, Cat is not a little body. That's the thing. Cat is a bigger guy.
Yeah.
So if he was really on some aggressive, almost Embiid, there's no reason why he shouldn't be playing to that level with the height and size that he has.
Right.
But he's a softer player. He wants to be on the perimeter more. He wants to space out and shoot a little bit and still kind of give you a little post move, a hook. But he's not going to dominate the paint always. He'll dunk on you a few times. He'll use that height, but not in the way he should.
Between him and Rudy Gobert, that to me that was never gonna work.
Yeah, that's still just so random to me.
That team is just I guess they do good enough. They got in the playoffs, but they ain't no serious. They won't be a serious contender.
I would credit a lot of their season success to D'Lo being a part of that picture as well.
Yeah.
Before he got traded. So sweep.
Yeah.
Can't lie. Denver is just a better team in all aspects. I have zero hope for Minnesota. Sorry, Minnesota fan. Now Phoenix versus the Clippers. Not a 7. Maybe a game 6.
Maybe a game 6. Another one of these series or injuries just sucks.
Yeah.
We just found out today that Kawhi is going to be out for game 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just up to Russ and I don't know.
It's up to Russ.
Zubac and Terrence Mann.
Yeah.
Terrence Mann, that's solid enough. But can Russell Westbrook give you a vintage game? Because that's what he's gonna need to do.
OKC game.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic that he can because I feel like one of his issues this season or in the seasons in general was that he wasn't in the position where he thrives. Even look at before he got to the Lakers and he was with the Wizards. He was putting up some of the most triple doubles he's had actually when he was still with the Wizards.
That was an underrated season.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
He had his stunt there. It wasn't the greatest, but he was going out there balling.
Yeah.
So maybe put him back in one of those types of scenarios and see what happens. Why not? You have nothing else to lose. You made it to the playoffs. You're playing the Suns and KD. So, and I like that. Of course, we love to see the matchup between Russ and KD. Apparently, there's no more beef, but it's always good to see a little friendly fire.
Well, you saw them chirping in game 2, and you see, I low key think Russ has been bugging KD the series.
Yeah.
Between the blocks, KD has been playing good, but KD still looks not like KD.
Yeah.
If I can't really explain it, but that's the best I can put it. I don't know if it's because he's around players like Devin Booker or Chris Paul that that have been proven to be could be that guy, but I don't know. It just seems like in Brooklyn he seemed more of that guy.
Yeah. He was that guy in Brooklyn, and you put him in a scenario now where he still is that guy, but he isn't that guy because you still got, D-Book, you still got, I'm not even going to give DeAndre that credit for real, but I guess, and Chris Paul. And they're still trying to figure out how to work. You throw him on a team that has pretty much clinched the playoff spot.
Yeah.
And now your main focus is the playoffs. So they're at this point now, and it's okay, now we have to make it work. So it's gonna be they're gonna have growing pains to say the least. Like they're gonna go through these games. They're gonna make it far. I wouldn't be surprised if they even made it to the finals. But there's gonna be some growing pains. There's gonna be some times where teams like the Clippers or whoever they have to play next, which is my guess is the Kings, that's gonna whip them into shape.
Yeah. Well, they'll end up having to play the winner of Denver and Minnesota. Denver. Let's go ahead and say that.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the bracket all wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be Denver.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, even then,
yeah,
that could be a game 7.
That's definitely can go 7 because the Suns. People were saying got the Suns winning the finals. I just don't see anything too special about that team. Like
they don't have a bench, and that's their biggest issue. That they cannot add quality pieces from that KD trade. And I think they already anticipated, like, okay, we have KD, you know what I'm saying? We got the player, we have a playoff spot. If we make it to the finals, cool. If we don't, cool. Now in all season, we can figure out adding pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cutting some wild deals and contracts we may have. You know, figuring out the players and pieces to add even throughout the season. So by the time they're back in this spot, now we ready for real. You know what I'm saying?
But then it's like you do that, and then you wasting another Chris Paul year.
You're right, and that's exactly what I was about to say. You're wasting Chris Paul year because let them get a ring this year and Chris Paul retires. Like that's all he's waiting for. He's so close. He's close to the point where he can taste it, and all he needs is that win.
And I wish LD could be on here.
I know, bro. Oh my gosh, but like that, you know what I'm saying? He's so close, and it's not looking too good.
No.
I don't think he will win a ring. I am gonna say that.
And it's okay. Like we'll always remember Chris Paul. Like we ain't gonna forget him. It's okay.
Chris Paul, you will never be forgotten. Your word
look at Charles
is
Barkley.
not going unnoticed.
Charles Barkley out here, can't forget him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still a legend.
Yeah, but he's reminded literally every day, every single day that he doesn't have a ring.
Yeah.
That would make me sick.
Okay,
man. Sacramento, Golden State.
This is definitely probably the most interesting series.
Yeah, I feel a lot of ways about this series.
What? Okay, of course we got to talk about Draymond and Sabonis.
I don't rock with that. I'm sorry for Draymond to be the type of player he is, especially with him and Dylan Brooks having that beef. He's saying that Sabonis intentionally grabbed his foot,
which is fair. Yeah,
which is fair. He was on the ground. Even in the video, it doesn't look as intentional because he wasn't even tightly gripping his foot or leg.
No.
Like, he was able to move his foot out of that lock or whatever Sabonis was doing. But for you to step on my man rib cage like that, he curved stomp him. All right, bro, that's a reason for you to hop up and swing. Like I'm sorry, we gotta meet at the grass. We gotta do something at that point, bro, because that's disrespectful.
I think Draymond's issue is he just doesn't. It seems like he would know better. Like people were saying, oh, he shouldn't have been suspended because Sabonis grabbed his leg, and you know it wasn't a one-sided fight, which is fair. But like Draymond, like you know the NBA already has a target on you because of what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Steven Adams.
Yeah.
LeBron. What was the other one? I think didn't he jump on somebody? Was it
CJ
McCollum?
He
punched his teammate in the face. Yeah, on camera.
On camera, 4K.
So like, I mean, you should already know the NBA has that target on you, and that's just your reputation. Like you can be Draymond, like be Draymond yelling at the crowd, like. I mean that's okay, like that's good for the game. Mm-hmm. But stomping on somebody, bro, like that's crossing the line.
Uncalled for.
And unfortunately, he's gonna hurt his team because Klay Thompson hasn't been playing great. Really, the Warriors have been disappointing this season.
Yeah.
So
they have.
And the Kings,
the champions.
I think the Kings winning both games at home is like all the confidence they need. The Warriors have been terrible on the road. So even
the Warriors play good at home.
Yeah, even if the Warriors win every home game, if they continue to play like they do on the road, they're gonna lose the series.
Yeah, they're
good.
And
not having Draymond for Game 3 is actually, I feel like it's gonna be a much larger impact than people think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Sacramento will take it. It could go to a 6 though, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like Golden State's gonna whip it into shape. They're not a team that ever gets complacent and losing. Like they'll get themselves some wins. I can see them getting 2 or even tying the series soon. But like you said, that Draymond Green loss will show to affect them.
Yeah.
But I do have faith in them playing at home. I think they play well at home, and I think they could play. If Curry has a crazy night, they're winning.
Yeah.
And Curry is one of the key parts for that team. Same with Klay Thompson. So let them go home, and Curry and Klay have a crazy game. They don't need Draymond. They can drop 50 combined points, and have Jordan Poole go out there, have Andrew Wiggins back out there now playing. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I do have Sacramento winning this whole series. We only got the studio till 5, so I want them to come in here and start nagging us. So we're going to hit this Memphis and Lakers and sign off for y'all today. But, man, this is a good way to end it.
Yeah. This series is also, you talk about interesting, this is second place because, of course, we got the Dillon Brooks and LeBron thing. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter today, but they just called Dillon Brooks being a LeBron fan back in 2012 on Twitter, talking about he the best player in the league, and and so I mean Dillon Brooks is putting on an act.
Yeah.
He got to.
This is what's getting him paid.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
And he hooped in game 2. I ain't gonna lie, he did hoop in game 2.
Dillon Brooks is a hooper. I'm not gonna not give him his credit. He can play, but he be talking a little too much. It's not like he's the second in command, like you know what I'm saying, but. He fills his role as a role player. He's a good role player. I will say that.
Yeah, and but dang, like LA losing to the Grizzlies without John Morant,
it's crazy.
LA always has losses like that. Even back in 2020 during the bubble, like they would then they lose like every game one.
Yeah, they did. I think.
And you would just be like, why? Like, how did y'all lose that game?
Yeah.
Especially to the Trailblazers. I remember that was like, there's no way.
And that was literally Dame Dollar just doing everything.
Yeah, he literally was carrying. They weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, facts. They weren't. That bubble year was just so random, bro.
But and I think game 2 though came down to Anthony Davis. Like just watching him, bro. I mean, he played so good in game 1, but then he come out here in game 2, getting out rebounded, can't score. He not being aggressive, fouling on defense. Like it's just the inconsistency is just. It's so disappointing.
Yeah, that's their biggest issue, inconsistencies.
Yeah.
And like it's gonna boil down to an AD or a Bron game. I do have confidence with John Morant being out that they're gonna exploit that and take advantage of it. I got LA winning this series, honestly.
Yeah, they gonna win the series.
I think they will. I think they will win the series.
It's like to me though.
I don't know.
It's like
though.
I think LA gonna get this one, and I'm going to give them 6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a 6.
I was gonna say 6. I don't think the Grizzlies will play good enough without Ja to take it to a 7.
No.
But I do think they still will play good enough to beat them one or two more times.
One more time. And then for LA, I just think if they win the series, it's like at first I was saying they better hope and pray that they end up seeing Sacramento, but I don't know the way Sacramento been playing. It's like you don't want to see Golden State because you know Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He gonna be motivated. It's gonna be him and Bron again.
Him and Brian.
Draymond, all that baggage.
That's always a good show.
Yeah, it's always a good show, but we haven't seen it since the Cavs days, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's gonna be an interesting one. But I think like Sacramento, especially matchup wise, like Sacramento's having big, that just works out better.
Yeah, I would love to see the Sacramento matchup with the Lakers.
Rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is technically a rivalry.
That's an old rivalry, yeah.
So, I honestly, to be hypothetical, to see the Kings play the Lakers, I think the Kings could beat the Lakers.
They could.
I think they could beat Bron. I really do. And they have a good bench too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like Malik Monk is such a wild card. Like he can go out there and give you a 30-piece and sit right back on the bench. And he showed that since he's been in the league, even in his Hornet days. You know what I'm saying? And his Laker days. Just last year. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was hooping last year. I think did he have a 40-point game with the Lakers last year? I think so, towards the end of the season.
Yeah, he always did his thing wherever he went, like you said. Even when Michael Jordan was smacking him on the back.
Michael Jordan smacked the back of his head and he ain't been hooping the same since.
Man, I know y'all Hornets fans are thanking God that Michael Jordan is selling that team.
Thank God, Michael Jordan. He's still gonna be involved because it's just Michael Jordan's team. But I'm glad he's giving up his ownership, or at least a large stake. I think it was a large stake.
Yeah, large stake. It's time.
And it's time because he's not doing anything as an owner.
It's time.
We have LaMelo Ball. We're about to get Miles Bridges back in 10 games after his whole thing. Maybe we get Victor. Even if we don't, we'll probably get Scoot Henderson.
Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy with all of this. We just got to get MJ out and bring in just somebody. Somebody who cares. Like, yeah. Somebody who cares and loves Charlotte Hornet basketball.
Like, come on, Mike. You got the only professional basketball team in the hoop state. They can't be bad.
And you have a legacy in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like
you gotta act like you care.
Show us some respect, bro. I thought you ain't like losing. Like, what? Don't get me started.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I guess we'll have to see what happens in these playoff games. You got our takes. Time to see what happens.
Yeah.
Time to see what happens. I will say, I'll go ahead and just make my NBA Finals prediction. And this might change up depending on how the playoffs go and how we meet. But as of right now, I don't know. There's so many wild cards in here. But I do think the Sixers can make it to the finals.
Okay, I respect that.
And I think that the Kings can make it to the finals. And if not the Kings, then the Suns.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm content with that.
My prediction is I think Boston gets there again. And just because they're playing so well.
They're playing really good. I can't lie.
They're looking dominant out there. And I'm going to give Denver some credit. I think if Jamal Murray stays healthy and can help out Jokic this year. I mean, it's crazy that a lot of people have been talking about Jamal Murray. Like, everybody's been thinking, like, Jokic is just carrying that team. Yeah. But I think this is the year they can do it and get there. Get to the finals. I know people saying the Lakers, but I don't
think they can do it. I'm going to be honest.
It's just hard from that 7th seed to have to go through Sacramento or Golden State and then turn around and go through Denver or Phoenix. I think Denver's going to get there, and I think Boston's going to get them a ring.
I don't fully agree because I do feel like the 76ers in their matchup can beat Boston. But Boston can beat them, but I just have more faith in the 76ers because they keep getting so close. And Embiid is right to the point where I think he can just have enough motivation and willpower, and they play enough together to carry them over.
Yeah.
Because all they need to do is beat Boston for them.
Yeah, if they beat Boston, they definitely a lot.
Yeah. So that's why I want to have faith in them. But yeah, Boston wins. They're going all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
But hey man, that's it for the Brickz today. Glad to be back. Glad to be back in the studio. Had a good time out in the A. Jubilee's coming up.
Yeah.
See y'all out there. We'll probably have some live coverage out there for the page.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Put some coverage out there on the page. Keep it on the page. We got some big news coming up soon. We want to add more people to the Brickz. We want to have a team. So y'all just look forward to that. Stay tuned for that because that'll be coming out really soon. Like I told y'all at the beginning, we have some big things planned. We really want to take the Brickz to the next level, and we need your help. So y'all stay tuned for that. What you want to add on that?
Oh, only thing I want to add on that is finish the semester strong. I know I've been saying it for the past 3 weeks, but we at the finish line now for all the college people listening. And also, congratulations to all the 23 graduates. I will be joining y'all in May. So, congratulations yourself. And
yes,
also,
sir. Shout out Asheebo. Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah. It didn't happen too fast, man. But I'll still be around. I'll still be at Chapel Hill.
Asheebo.
Next year, at least.
We're going to have a whole Asheebo dedication podcast episode. We got to get the whole gang in here and talk about our best Asheebo moments.
Oh, we going to do that. We going to do that. I don't know if I can handle that, bro.
Oh, man. Look, man. Me, Asheebo, we go way back.
Remember the Khalil one got a little emotional in there.
Yeah, I'm about to say Khalil started. his eyes was getting watery, bro. But nah, me and Asheebo, man, from day one, from the E-House days, we was shooting the Brickz in a study lounge. And now we got the whole podcast studio. So big things coming from my boy. Big things coming for the Brickz.
Yep.
And if you ain't listening to the Brickz,
You ain't listening to.
shh,
Also,
watch your mouth.
happy holidays, y'all.
Yes, sir.